Another, Episode 3, the umbrella scene that changed anime forever. Sharing an umbrella in the rain, anime's most innocent romantic trope, until another turned it into a weapon. Yukari falls down school stairs. Her umbrella spins. The pointed tip pierces her throat. Blood spurts across white steps. Her glasses shatter. The pool of red spreads wider. What makes this death devastating isn't gore, it's timing. Another lulls viewers into romance expectations, then delivers brutal reality. The umbrella's anatomical impossibility, too sharp, too precise, suggests supernatural forces manipulating ordinary objects into murder weapons. May's prosthetic eye revelation compounds the wrongness. She sees things that should remain unseen. In another's world, perception itself lies. Death stalks through everyday items. Umbrellas, elevators, glass panes, nothing stays innocent. This episode launched anime's modern era of visceral school horror. Before Bonework, anime deaths were clean, noble, meaningful. After, senseless accidents became terrifying possibilities. The Final Destination influence shows death through mundane objects creates lasting paranoia. The scene's power endures because it corrupts universal experiences. Every rainy day, every shared umbrella becomes suspect. Another proved anime could traumatize viewers through familiar situations, establishing horror techniques still used today in series like Hellgirl and School Live. Boogiepop Phantom, Episode 4. Am I losing my mind? Or is the world? This episode fragments like its protagonist's psyche. Nonlinear scenes mirror mental breakdown. Grain distorts visuals. Shadows consume faces. Characters speak in riddles that feel profound and nonsensical simultaneously. The horror? You cannot trust what you see. Supernatural elements might be delusions. The protagonist's deteriorating mental state becomes viewer experience through deliberate confusion. Each scene adds uncertainty about reality's nature. Boogiepop Phantom uses atmosphere over action. No jump scares, no monsters. Just mounting dread that your own perceptions betray you. The paper theater aesthetic makes everything feel simultaneously flat and impossibly deep. This psychological horror template influenced Paranoia Agent, Perfect Blue, and countless psychological thrillers. The episode proves restraint trumps spectacle. By refusing clear answers about reality versus imagination, it creates permanent unease extending beyond viewing. Modern anime owes this episode for proving animation could achieve live-action psychological complexity. The fragmented narrative structure became standard for depicting mental illness in media. Its influence appears in everything from Serial Experiments Len to Attack on Titan's memory manipulation arcs. Neon Genesis Evangelion, Episode 19. Shinji quits Nervi after watching Toji nearly die and his father's cold indifference. Angel Zeruel attacks. Other Evas fall. Shinji returns. Then Unit 01 goes berserk. The Eva tears off Zeruel's mask, exposing raw flesh underneath. It regenerates its severed arm using angel tissue, then begins methodically devouring its prey. The sight of mechanical predation, calculated, hungry, unstoppable, haunts viewers permanently. This isn't mecha combat. It's cannibalistic body horror. Evas reveal their biological nature through mutilation. When Unit 02 loses limbs, viewers feel phantom pain. These aren't machines, they're living creatures forced into mechanical shells. Shinji's psychological break mirrors Unit 01's rampage, both child and machine abandon restraint, embracing monstrous violence. The horror builds through recognition. Heroes and monsters differ only in controlled versus uncontrolled brutality. Introjection revolutionized mecha anime by proving giant robot battles could carry genuine psychological weight. Attack on Titan's cannibalism scenes directly reference this episode. The influence extends beyond anime. Pacific Rim, Godzilla films, even Marvel's mechs show Evangelion's violent DNA. The episode sparked debates about trauma representation in youth media while establishing new standards for visceral animation that persist today. Devilman Crybaby, Episode 9. Forget supernatural demons. Watch ordinary people become true evil. Paranoia spreads through social media. Demon accusations fly. Neighbors turn on neighbors. Children join lynching mobs with gleeful enthusiasm. Crowds film atrocities for viral content. Democracy dissolves into fascistic mob rule within hours. The episode's genius. Demons barely appear. Humans provide all horror through enthusiastic participation in systematic violence. Fear weaponizes information. Civilization's veneer strips away, revealing bloodthirsty savagery underneath. Modern relevance hits hard. Social media witch hunts, viral misinformation, political polarization, online radicalization. The episode predicts contemporary society's darkest impulses with unsettling accuracy. Visual presentation emphasizes carnival atmosphere. Violence becomes entertainment. Familiar urban environments transform into hunting grounds. The safety of democratic society proves illusory when mob mentality takes control. This episode influenced discussions about media responsibility and animation ethics. Its unflinching portrayal of social collapse resonates in polarized political climates worldwide. Series like Attack on Titan's Marley arc and Psycho-Pass's crowd psychology episodes show clear influence. Devilman Crybaby proved anime could tackle contemporary political anxieties while maintaining artistic sophistication and emotional honesty. Perfect Blue. Hallucination sequences, reality fractures. Mima sees multiple versions of herself. Past and present collide. Pop idol identity battles. Actress persona. Obsessive fans become internal voices. Satoshi Kon's genius. Identical visual language for reality and delusion. Seamless transitions between states create maximum disorientation. Viewers become complicit in Mima's breakdown, unable to distinguish truth from fantasy. Animation's advantage over live-action shows here. Characters morph between identities instantly. Timelines collapse without warning. The medium itself becomes unreliable narrator, exploiting viewer trust and visual continuity. The entertainment industry's exploitation provides horrific foundation. Psychological abuse becomes literal through supernatural elements. Celebrity culture's dehumanizing effects manifest as identity dissolution. Perfect Blue's influence extends far beyond anime. Darren Aronofsky borrowed scenes for Requiem for a Dream and Black Swan. The visual language of psychological thrillers worldwide shows Khan's fingerprints. Social media age makes the film painfully relevant. Online personas versus authentic identity. Fan obsession culture. Digital stalking. Perfect Blue predicted contemporary anxieties about technology's psychological impact with disturbing prescience. The film established animation's capacity for sophisticated psychological horror previously reserved for live-action cinema. Yamishibai, the Umbrella Goddess. Heavy rain. Deserted street. Mysterious woman offers shelter. Simple setup. Maximum terror. Yamishibai distills Japanese folklore to essential horror elements. Traditional Kamishibai paper theater creates uncanny valley effects. Familiar techniques become unsettling through supernatural context. Minimalist animation forces focus on atmospheric dread. The umbrella symbolizes protection and entrapment simultaneously. Social expectations become supernatural traps. Refusing traditional hospitality carries deadly consequences. Ancient fears persist in modern urban settings. Horror builds through wrong details. Too pale skin, mechanical movements, impossible knowledge, appearances in wrong locations. Every innocent moment reveals sinister manipulation upon reflection. Brief runtime creates economy of scares. No wasted frames. Every visual element serves horror narrative. The woman's unchanging expression suggests fundamental inhumanity behind helpful facade. The episode exemplifies Yamishibai's influence on modern horror anime. Traditional techniques prove more effective than elaborate animation. Cultural specificity enhances rather than limits universal horror appeal. Series like Toilet-Bound Hanako-kun and Hellgirl show clear influence. Yamishibai proved sophisticated scares could emerge from storytelling economy and folklore authenticity, inspiring global appreciation for Japanese supernatural tradition. Elfen Lead, Episode 1. Lucy escapes her laboratory prison through systematic massacre. Invisible telekinetic vectors dismember guards with clinical precision. Blood paints sterile corridors. Then memory loss transforms killer into childlike Mew. The cognitive dissonance amplifies horror. Extreme violence juxtaposed with innocent aesthetics. Lucy's emotional detachment during killing suggests complete dehumanization, victim and monster simultaneously. Invisible vectors create unique body horror. Victims torn apart by unseen forces appear supernatural in impossibility. The contradiction between human appearance and monstrous capability generates lasting unease. Scientific experimentation adds bureaucratic cruelty layer. Sterile laboratory setting emphasizes systematic nature of abuse. Horn markings identify otherness while maintaining human sympathy. The transformation to NIU creates dramatic irony. Every subsequent innocent moment carries potential horror. Viewers know lethal capabilities hide beneath vulnerable surface. Elfen Lied established new television anime violence standards while sparking ethics debates about animated brutality. The series influenced countless followers, combining extreme violence with emotional complexity. Its exploration of dehumanization and trauma contributed to anime's growing sophistication in handling psychological themes. Modern series like Tokyo Ghoul and Parasite show clear DNA from this brutal premiere. Higurashi, Episode 21. Shion's grief over Satoshi's disappearance transforms into systematic revenge. She tortures village council members with calculated cruelty. The twins' switch revelation makes previous kindness retroactively horrifying. Higurashi's genius, maintaining sympathy for increasingly heinous acts. Shion doesn't kill in passion but through methodical suffering maximization. Off-screen torture forces imagination to provide worse details than anything shown. The horror accumulates through violence escalation. Each death becomes more brutal as sanity erodes. Identical twins create body horror through doubling. Perfect replication weaponizes trust and love. Climactic sister confrontation becomes self-destruction meditation. Shion's violence ultimately targets her most beloved person. The cycle of trauma creating new trauma completes with devastating effectiveness. This episode represents anime horror's sophisticated exploration of psychological deterioration. Moral ambiguity refuses easy answers about justice and revenge. Victimization transforms victims into perpetrators through complex trauma psychology. The influence appears in subsequent series tackling similar themes. Another's revenge cycles, School Days jealousy violence, Future Diaries love obsession. Higurashi proved horror could examine serious social issues without exploitation or sensationalism.
Subscribe for more interesting stuff. Tell us your experience in the comments.